Scott D'Amore, president of TNA, fired. Now, this guy's been there for a while. It was surprising because he kind of spearheaded this whole change back to TNA, put him back on the map, made people actually pay attention to him. He's done a good job with what he's had in TNA. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to tell you, I've heard a few different things. I heard today that part of why he was fired is he had serious overspending. Just on the wrestlers he was bringing in and everything he was doing. He was just blowing money, and that was part of the reason. And here's what they've done. Their statement was, the decision to fire Amore came directly from Anthem owner Len Asper. TNA parent company Anthem Sports and Entertainment will be stepping in and taking a much larger role in the day-to-day management and strategy of the promotion. TNA will now be folded into Anthem's entertainment arm going forward, as opposed to existing in its own corner of the company. The idea is that this will allow TNA to become embraced more by Anthem and have a stronger synergy in order to maximize what each side has to offer the other. As part of the integration, D'Amore has been removed from power and has gone effective immediately. So on that, I want to say this. I don't think that is a good idea. They've done this before. They brought in Dixie Carter, who knew nothing about wrestling, to run the company. Now they're bringing in the head of the entertainment division of Anthem to run a wrestling company. Mm-hmm. He's never ran a wrestling company. Mm-hmm. He doesn't know wrestling because we want to integrate it more. Here's the thing with Anthem. I get that they're their own conglomerate. They have all kind of things that go on. Yeah. They own AXS. Yeah. That's their channel. That's the channel that TNA comes on. But here's the thing. They haven't gotten bigger. They've gotten smaller. That channel used to be available in this market. It's not anymore. Xfinity doesn't carry it anymore. Mm-hmm. That's your biggest cable provider. You're not on the biggest cable provider. So now you're going to take this company and integrate it more with your channel and your stuff. So definitely you're not going to look for a better contract and get a better TV contract and get them off your channel and somewhere else. You want to keep them on your channel. Yeah. And you're probably going to now try to integrate wrestlers into your TV shows and things like that. Yeah. But is that going to, we're not in that space anymore. That was the late 80s, early 90s, before the Attitude Era, where you get wrestlers doing all these. And I guess a little bit in the Attitude Era, you'd get them in the edgier shows. They'd be on La Femme Nikita. Yeah. Would have a wrestler on there and stuff like that, right? But I don't feel like we're in that environment of wrestling anymore to go back and try to do that. And I'm afraid that that's what Anthem is going to try to do with this by connecting everybody together. And you're going to have people from their TV shows as guest hosts on TNA. Shit that's just going to be not good for that company. And I think it's going to be a failure.
I agree. I agree, but I can also see where if you're struggling, man, you're just trying to get eyeballs. He's trying to get eyeballs.
But he's got them eyeballs. Yeah. So to me, there's more to this story. Yeah. It wasn't just this guy's not spending money and we're going a little bit of a different route. So we're going to, he's spending too much money. We're going to fire him. That to me, he was bringing eyes to the company. He was putting them back on the map and they were doing good. This was surprising. People in the back were mad because they did a Zoom call.
I mean, when I hear spending too much money, I hear misappropriation of funds. So that's what I really be,
And it could be that.
You know what I mean?
It could be that.
That's what I hear.
Right.
You know how they try to gloss it. Because if you don't want to tell me, then don't tell me. But if you're going to tell me, then tell me what he was spending money on. Then tell me.
Right. Well, I think they said just expenses for the show. Wrestlers they were bringing.
But you know how you do that. You expense a line and it's really, my cousin Vinny did the security, $500,000. Okay. You know how this shit goes.
Right.
LeBron has a guy in his team, and I'm not mad at him, I'm not knocking, I'm just saying that's how it goes. LeBron has a guy in his team that he pays his personal security. This guy's a fucking out of shape, fat piece of shit. I'm serious. I'm not even trying to be funny. I shouldn't say piece of shit because I don't know him as a person. I'm just looking at him, appearances. I'm like, what the fuck is he protecting? So then I started looking up because he's like, this is my boy. He's been my boy forever. So I was like, all right, maybe his boy went to the military or something. No, this is just his bro from the corner. He gets $1 million a year just to be there, sitting behind him 1 seat in the stands.
It's like bringing me to be your bodyguard.
It's like, what the fuck?
He'll stop bringing me around and be a security.
And I understand that he has other security people, but I can't be mad at him wanting to put his boy. I mean, $1 million is a little crazy. You gotta go get me I got to send that nigga on the Diddy cheesecake run. Go get me some cheesecake.
That's how Eminem. That's how MC Hammer lost all his money doing dumb shit like that, paying his boys all this money.
I'll pay you good money, but you got to actually do something. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind. I'm not my wife is gonna be a millionaire. She on her way now in my company right now, but it's nigga, she brings value. She's not just doing it because she's my wife. Or when my kids work for my company, you're gonna work.
Right. Yep.
Sorry. Not sorry.
But so here's the other thing with it though. So they weren't even upfront with the wrestlers about it. That's what makes me look. They said they went on the Zoom call or the whatever the group call they had with the wrestlers and said that Scott D'Amore stepped down.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's that he got fired. He didn't step down.
Yep.
So now wrestlers are mad. You got some wrestlers that are probably going to ask for the release right now from TNA. So now you're going to lose talent.
Yeah.
So to me, the way that this all came down, there's got to be more to this story.
Hoping that happens is going to take them all.
I disagree. Well, maybe so? Tony.
Yeah, that's what I say. Tony, not Tony, WWE. Yeah, absolutely. I wasn't talking about WWE. No. Tony's going to take them. That's a win for Tony.
Maybe, but I feel
like, get a new brick tonight.
I feel like TNA, you go to TNA if nobody else wants you.
But if AEW or WWE is introduced, them all, but you know what I'm saying? He'll take the best.
He might.
It depends on the level of Coke.
Right.
Like how many times has that Coke been cut?
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? The closer it is to Colombian Coke, the more likely he'll take.
But so, as I said, I think there's more to this story, and I like to swim in the waters of rumor and innuendo.
Yeah.
So in the rumor and innuendo, supposedly Scott D'Amore is a closeted gay man.
Okay.
He's been known to just sit there and watch Josh Alexander and Giselle Shaw train.
Oh yeah, I remember you talking about that.
He also apparently refused to publicly acknowledge Giselle in any way until she fully transitioned. So, Giselle, if you guys don't know Giselle Shaw, she's a female wrestler in TNA wrestling, but Giselle Shaw used to be a man. And she fully transitioned to a female, went through all the surgery.
I mean, he stood on it. He stood on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he really stood on what he's standing for.
Right. Yo, he didn't even put her on or mention that she was anything until she was fully transitioned. You
gotta finish the job.
He put her on in Impact, and then once she started building some momentum, then it came out that he was with her, and then it came out afterwards. It didn't come out till after that she was formerly a man and transitioned. So now it was like, oh wait. So I feel like he didn't even want that to come out, and he was just like, damn.
I mean, I gotta respect that he stood on it, even if it did come out. He stood on it.
He was like, yo,
whatever he believes, he stood on it. He said, "You still got a vagina? No. Nope. I like what I like." So he stood on it.
No.
Because you're saying she became a he, right?
No, she was a he.
Oh, she was a he. He became a she.
Yeah.
But he likes, okay. Oh!
Yeah. Nah, he likes that.
I thought we were still in the alphabet. This nigga took me to algebra.
Yeah, nah.
All right.
He was like, listen, we can have fun in here and do this, but eventually you got to get rid of that thing and put something else there. And then I'll tell people about it. Because people can't know that I like that thing. I don't want them to know that I like that thing.
That's crazy, bro.
Right. So it didn't even come out that he was with her before the transition. It was originally thought that he ended up with her afterwards because it came out so far after she was wrestling. So she was already wrestling for a little while. So it was like, oh, hey, he must have started dating her when she started working at. False. He was dating her when she was a he and said, I ain't telling nobody until you become a girl. Which makes me wonder. So we talk about like victims in this type of situation, right?
Yeah.
And I might get canceled for this one because everyone's woke about this, right? But I believe that trans people have some type of mental illness. It's been proven it was a chemical imbalance. I know they changed it because people didn't like to hear that. They changed things, but they have a chemical imbalance. They have a mental health issue. So, like, it makes me wonder: did this man really want to become a woman, or was this man just doing this because Scott D'Amore was like, "Nah, I'm not telling anybody about you, and you're gonna stay buried, and I'm not gonna put you on until you become a girl."
Mm-hmm.
When you become a girl, then we're good. I'll give you a spot on the show. Well, I'll tell people that you're...
Since you brought it up, let's read it.
Did you find something on this one?
So gender dysphoria is a term that describes a sense of unease that a person may have because of a mismatch between their biological sex and their gender identity. This sense of unease or dissatisfaction may be so intense that it can lead to depression, anxiety, and have a harmful impact on the daily life. So when we're talking about these topics, it's not like it's some shit we're making up. Like, you can just Google it and understand that, like, even though you may feel like people have the right to feel they want to feel and how they want to feel, it still also has been, a factor of being a mental health disorder. So it's like, okay, I get it. Like a schizophrenic wants to feel like a schizophrenic. Got it. You're still a schizophrenic. So
right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, it gets dicey. Again, I'm not an expert because I'm fine and I understand what my gender is and I'm cool with it. So, but I can also understand you being in that space. But then, you can't get mad at me that, it's right here. You got to call Google somebody. Like, if I'm trying to educate myself on the topic and then I find this, and then when you're talking to me and you're telling me, you're describing this to me, and then I say the term that you're describing to me to you, and then you say, you're homophobic or transphobic, and I'm like, what the fuck are we doing now?
Right, seriously.
That's all I'm saying. Right. Is like, we have to have the conversation. If this is existing, if gender dysphoria is what you're describing to me, but you're trying to give it a different name, and this is what it is, I don't know what the fuck, we can't even have this conversation now.
Right,
like,
we gotta be real about it, because at the same time, on the same level, right, I get that the people that don't want to acknowledge that, like, you want to be there for these people and help these people, but guess what? I do too. I'm just looking at it differently, and I'm saying that we need to figure out what's wrong with the situation, and then it makes me look at a situation like this, and you might say, oh, let them do what they want. Well, what if this isn't what that person wanted? What if this person, because they were dealing with gender dysphoria, and they didn't feel comfortable in their own skin, only transitioned to a female because the person that they wanted to be with told them that that's what they had to do. And they felt so, they don't feel comfortable in their skin, right? So as it just naturally, common sense says, they have to lack some type of self-confidence because they don't feel comfortable in their own skin. You can't be confident of yourself if you don't feel comfortable as yourself. That's common sense, right? Well, so this person who has low self-confidence was told you can't. Their argument
tends to be well, no, I'm just confident I'm something else. And I'm like, cool.
Right. But if that's the case, and cool. That's what Giselle Shaw wants to say. That's what Giselle Shaw wants to say. But I can't help but wonder, was that the case?
Yeah.
Or was this this some of that, like, what do they call it? I can't think of the term for it when you're
like they're being groomed. Yeah.
I had it, but yeah, like, you gotta wonder, is this a case of grooming where he found this boy that was gay, he was in the closet gay, had a relationship with him, and then was like, man, I'd like this to come out, but I can't let people know I'm gay. Hey, you need to become a girl.
Yeah. All I'll say is if you're confident in that kind of shit, you better be very confident because there's no going back.
Right. But like I said,
again, I'm just gonna read this.
If Giselle Shaw kills herself,
you can't fucking cancel me. You gotta cancel Google, motherfuckers. All right, this is on Google. All right, fuck your feelings. All right, I'm reading this shit straight off of Google. Okay, what happens if you don't treat gender dysphoria? Adolescents and adults with gender dysphoria without gender affirming treatment might be at risk of thinking about or attempting suicide. Hold on. What is the root cause of gender dysphoria? No. What is the root cause? No one knows exactly what causes gender dysphoria. Some experts believe that hormones in the womb, genes, and cultural and environmental factors may be involved. So again, like, if we're going to have the conversation and we're talking about grooming and all of these things, it's like, well, if I know that if I understand that this is a concept, right, then I'm grooming somebody, I can be weaponized on the things that I need to do to get them there.
Right.
Off of Google, guys.
I can make you think more that's what you want to do.
Off of Google.
You might not be sure of it, but I'm going to feed you things to make you sure because this is what I want you to do. And you are so unsure that, well, I love you, this person. I really care about this person. This is who I want to be with. So they must be right. Yep, I'm going to do it. And I'm not saying that it happened.
Yeah.
But with all this crazy
just wondering,
stuff,
all the shit going on.
Right, all this crazy stuff going on in wrestling.
Innuendo is the key word.
Right.
Key word.
And let me tell you this. I didn't hear this anywhere. There's nothing that I read or heard that says that this is what happened to her. I just personally wonder, and I hope not. I hope that Giselle Shaw became a female because Giselle Shaw wanted to become a female and not because she felt forced to do it because Scott D'Amore was like, I'm not going to tell anyone you exist. I'm not going to give you a job wrestling. You're not coming around until you're a girl. I don't know what Giselle's name was before.
Yeah.
But Jermaine, when you become Giselle, you can come around. But until you're Jermaine, you can meet me at 1:30 in the morning behind CVS, and then we're gonna go to this hotel. But other than that, we can't tell nobody nothing.
Yeah, I just be like, bro, just live your truth, bro. Like at this point, bro, like there's motherfuckers out here throwing on fins. Look, Google this, guys. I'm not making this up. There are people that are throwing on like bottom halves like mermaids and swimming in bays, bro. Like, and they call themselves mermaids for real. Just live your fucking truth, man. Like,
I guess.
Because that's what leads us in this space of like trying to figure out like what was the transitionary period of going from that side to that side and being in that relationship.
Right.
Because, it's almost like, so there are a lot of women that are getting BBLs because they want to, 100%. But there are a lot of women who might be getting, not even Mike, because I know women that went through it, that are getting BBLs because there's a guy that's constantly like, yo. What I like is what I like. I'm going to go outside. Yo. You know what I mean? You can even watch the videos when, like, there's a lot of videos out there where they're asking women, like, do you think men prefer natural or BBLs, right? Mm-hmm. And all the women are answering the question like, oh, they love BBLs. They love BBLs. They love BBLs. But all the guys they're asking are like, no, I like natural. Mm-hmm. So imagine you go through the process of getting a BBL, then the guy discovers that you got a BBL, and he wants the real Cadillac back.
Right.
But it's a life-changing, life-altering decision.
This is a Corvette with a Ferrari kit on it. This ain't a real Ferrari.
What the fuck is this Buick engine in this fucking Ferrari over here? Like, what's going on here?
Yo.
So again, there is like, I understand that it's like, listen, I get the idea of like, if you want to modify yourself and you want to do things, cool. But I also understand the side of it that some of it is not that. Some of it's just lack of security. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
and like I said, I just hope that I hope this isn't the case. But with all this other stuff going on and the fact that he got fired and this comes out, it makes me wonder:
is there more to
it?
Yeah.
Like they said, he would sit in the locker room and watch Giselle train. Before Giselle was Giselle, and then after Giselle was Giselle, and Josh Alexander, who's a straight male married with kids.
Yeah,
I feel uncomfortable about that. Like,
well,
I
don't know.
Right.
Does the janitor not be fucking pushing his trash can and the cheerleaders are practicing and he ain't up there? You know what I'm saying? Like, we do it. We gawk. And if he's into what he's into, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna watch. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you don't want him to, you have the right to say, hey, just like the cheerleaders can say, yo, what's up with this dude up here? He's been sweeping that same area for 30 minutes, bro. He's clearly watching us. You know what I mean? So you got to speak up. Like, if you're a man, you don't like that. Like, bro, I don't care what your preferences, Stop, bro. You're objectifying me.
Right. But